Hello guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Aditya and I make informative videos about Denmark. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about how you can work as a physiotherapist here in Denmark. So in order for you to work in Denmark as a physiotherapist, you need to obtain an authorization from Danish Patient Safety Authority. So in this video, I'm going to be discussing the whole complete process. So if you are someone considering this profession here in Denmark, do watch the video up till the very end. And if you have any questions, let me know into the comment section. I will try and answer those. So before we begin this video, I would like to say that I'm making this video with my own research and what I have read on the website of Danish Patient Safety Authorities and also the Danish healthcare system. Plus, I know a few friends who work into this sector in the healthcare system. So that's where I get the idea of how the things works. So that's why I'm making this video for you guys. So if you have any questions, do let me know. Otherwise, if I cannot answer those, I will direct you to the right authorities where you can get the right answer. I have previously made similar videos with regards to different professions in the healthcare. If you are someone looking for nursing or doctor or any other medical professions, do check out my channel. I make different videos about those. So the authorization process involves three major steps. The first one is your qualification and approval of your education assessment. And then another one is the language test. So the last one is the employment for training and adaptation purposes, which is your evaluations training, where you will be your skills, clinical skills and your communication skills will be judged. So let's start with the first. So the first step involves the application, which is you can find it digitally. I'll put the link into the description. You can download that from there. So you have to send an application online and also by post. So you have to fill out the application form and send it, and then download the same application form and sign it and send it together with your documentation. So what goes on into the documentation? Documentation involves probably, your proof of address and your passport and other documents with regards to your studies and education. Also your educational overview, how many courses were there in your program, whatever that you have studied, and their overview, how many hours were there, how many clinical hours were there, so practical things and stuff like that. You just have to make an overview of that. All the detailed information about this, you can find it on the website. The link is in the description. But I will talk to you the two major things that are involved. The first one is, like, if you're sending this application now and you're done studying your physical therapist 6 years before when you're sending the application, that means you need to provide a little bit of additional certificate or documents stating that you have worked in those 6 years, at least for minimum of 1 year, full time, after you're done your practice of physiotherapist. So yeah, that's additional document. So the process is that you have to send the documentation in 2 copies. The first one is you don't have to send any original copies. You can choose to, but you should not do it because you have to send it by post. So the first one is, get all the documents that they have mentioned on the website, get them attested or certified. So when you get them certified, that means they are copies of the original, and the Danish Patient Safety Authority will not have any problem accepting that because it is a copy of original. So yeah, you have to get them certified and then take the copies of the certified copies and put that also into the same documentation when you send it. So 2 copies, one is certified copies and copies of certified copies. So it is a little bit confusing, but yeah, if you have any questions, do let me know. So those 2 things, you send it by post to the Danish Patient Safety Authorities. The address, you can find it on the website or into the description. So once you've done that, you just have to wait because it could take a long time because due to the war in Ukraine and refugees coming into Denmark, there's been a lot of immigration things, and it's taking a little bit of time before they could process all these things. So when they receive the application, you will get an email or some kind of confirmation that they have received it, and then the process starts. So let's say you get a positive assessment and your education and qualification gets approved, then you get a letter stating that you have been granted 3 years to fulfill the requirements for obtaining the authorization here in Denmark. So you just have to apply visa after that and you come to Denmark. So what do you do first thing when you come to Denmark? So the first thing you have to do is get yourself registered to your local language school and start working on your Danish, because that's the step number 2. So Danish language test is the step number 2, where you have to pass the Danish language test. So after this, everything will be in Danish, because that is the requirement. Because if you have to work in Danish healthcare system, you need to speak Danish. But for that, they are also giving you time. On the side, you can also work somewhere else, maybe in the hospital, if you can find a part-time job or something, just to get but you cannot practice as a physiotherapist, because that you're not granted visa for that. So yeah, just remember that, otherwise you might lose the visa that you have. So once you come here, the language school starts, and then you have minimum requirements that you have to fulfill with regards to the language. So they have 3 modules, speaking, reading and writing. So in those 3 modules, you have to get the grades like 10, 7 and 7. So in Denmark, they have 7-point grading scale. You have to get minimum of 7 in 1 or 2 of the modules, like either could be speaking or reading, and 10 in 1 of the modules. So depending upon what you find it easy, a lot of people find it easy to talk, so they probably get 10 in the speaking part. So yeah, so you have to have at least a minimum is like you have to get 10 in 1 of the module and 7 in other 2 modules. So once you fulfill all these requirements, and then you can go to the next step. So the next step is employment for adaptation and training purposes. That is your in Danish it's called evalueringsansættelse. So that is evaluations training, I would say, where your clinical skills and your communication skills will be tested, and that will be the defining part of this whole authorization, because that's where you will be working temporarily as a physiotherapist in Denmark, under someone's observation, of course. But you have to find the position yourself here in Denmark. But it's not difficult, because there's a huge labor shortage in healthcare here in Denmark, and they have their own application portal for these kind of jobs. So you can easily find wherever you would like. You can find a hospital or somewhere. Then once you get accepted, you need to contact the Danish patient safety authorities, because they will provide you the temporary license to practice your physiotherapist in Denmark under your supervisor. So when you're going through this step, you can maybe they will ask you to go for some healthcare courses or legislation courses, because how things work in Denmark. So you can do that, but more information about that depends on which field of healthcare you're working in. Especially if you're working as a nurse or a medical doctor, there are some other courses that you have to take. But at this right moment, there are no other courses that are mentioned on the website that you have to take while you're doing this. So I think that's it. But if it changes, you should keep yourself updated on the website, or always be in constant touch with the Danish patient safety authorities, and they will guide you. So once you're done with this training, it has to be minimum of 6 months, and at the end of this training, you will get an assessment. If it is positive or negative, depending upon that, you will get an authorization. So once you get an authorization, you can work here in Denmark independently, or you can open your own clinic, or you can work in the hospital. So that's up to you. But if you have to do some specialization in it, and maybe study some more into this, you can contact Danish patient safety authorities. They will definitely guide you into the right way. So that's it, guys. This is the normal 3-step process. It might sound very small, but it could take really long time, because a lot of people have applied for this and is still waiting for the application. But yeah, that is the part of it. It is a harsh reality, but it is really worth it, because once you come here, the Danish working system is really great and so much flexible with regards to any other system here in world I have worked with or I have seen. And you would really enjoy, especially if you're working in healthcare, because there's a lot of flexibility, and the quality of work-life balance is really great, and the salary is really great. and top of that there's so many benefits if you work in the public sector. So yeah, there's a lot more things, but you have to go through this process, which is very tiring, but in the end it is actually worth it. So if you like this video, do give it a thumbs up, and please subscribe to my channel for more such videos. And if you have any questions, do let me know into the comment section. I will try and answer those. Otherwise, if I cannot answer those, I will guide you to the right authorities where you can find the answers. So I will not give you any answer that I'm not comfortable with, or I'm not sure, because I want you to get the right information possible and get this process started so you can come to Denmark and work as a physiotherapist. So thank you so much guys for watching this video, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.